he fucking dies in that skiing accident. They changed the bill to the Sonny Bono whatever, and all of a sudden the tide turned, and people that were firmly against it jumped ship on it because it was this moment of just like, we got to do it for Sonny.
Right.
And it passed, and it is what it is now. So I'm telling you, Mickey Mouse threw that motherfucker in front of a tree.
Okay. All right, what's up, Airheads? It's time. Let's do it. Putting on airs. Holiday edition of sorts. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving yesterday. We put these out on Friday. Hope you didn't get trampled to death for a flat screen this morning. Are people still doing that?
I think so. I mean, I think Cyber Monday has become more of a thing and more people are wanting to stay home. But I also think there's been sort of a lot of people are like, ooh, it'll be great to go out on Black Friday because nobody will. And then everybody thinks that. And so they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Katie, early in our relationship, Katie used to every single year, but just bananas, getting up at 2 a.m. But she ain't done that in years and years now. So I don't know if that's indicative of a larger trend or not. Apparently,
well, you hit harder now.
Right. There's that affects her
that don't
zero
matter
in terms of like wanting to find deals and stuff because she's
it's
addicted.
her religion.
Or I was going to say heroin, but religion is the heroin of the masses. That's what
true.
They say. Apparently there's like a boycott this year. Have you heard about that?
Over just Black Friday in general or a specific store? Because I know Target's been catching some heat.
Also Cyber Monday too, I guess.
Okay. No, I didn't know. Tell me why I shouldn't be.
I don't know. I heard yesterday someone I was on a Zoom call with asked if I was participating in it, and I hadn't even heard about it. And I was like, and I told him, I was like, yes. I didn't know about it, but yes, I am participating in it.
I've been boycotting it every year.
Exactly. For 20 years. That's how much of a stand I've been taking. That's my favorite type of protesting or whatever to do, is the kind that I was already doing.
Yeah.
But now
you went through that with Chick-fil-A
for it. I did. Exactly. Yeah. Yes. That's what I was going to say. Yeah. Chick-fil-A, never really liked Chick-fil-A. So never really patronized their establishments. And once that became the heroic thing to do in order to support the gay community, look at me already.
Look at you go.
Front lines where I belong. I mean, that obviously faded pretty quick. There was plenty of gay dudes who just never stopped eating Chick-fil-A. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't. You're right.
And then now, I don't think anybody really cares anymore, do they? About
because they turned
much larger fish to fry. I think over there
they got there. Well, they did a real good PR move. Like I'm pretty sure that they just stopped because really it was mainly about Chick-fil-A gave money to this specific organization that not only did they not like gays, they adamantly did things to make their life harder. So I think Chick-fil-A just stopped
gay conversion camps and stuff.
Yeah. So I think they just stopped giving money to them, and that was good enough. And with protests and stuff, you really find out who you are and what you give a shit about. Because like you said, there's so many things that they are like, we're protesting this, and I'm like, absolutely, right on. I don't fuck with that thing. That's cool. But then, and I'll think to myself oh, well, I care so much. Dog, the NFL is one of the worst organizations in the world. And they are bad. And I just have to admit that I'm a piece of shit because I like them. There's not especially when there's something that there's no other alternative. I'm like, what do you want me to do? You know what I mean? What the fuck I'm not going to stop watching football.
I really was saying the whole time, even at the pinnacle of all that Chick-fil-A stuff, I was saying I don't hate it, but I never really did. I was like, don't get me wrong. If it comes out that Taco Bell hates gay people, then I just hope Uncle Tim can forgive me, right?
Sure.
Because that just ain't happening. I don't think.
It's not happening. No, this is when I love to throw out the phrase, no ethical consumption under capitalism. That's as soon as something is something that's convenient for me is being threatened to be taken away, or I should protest it. I bring that out. But when it's something I don't care for, I'm like, how dare you? How you can't just not go to Hobby Lobby, you dumb bitches? Even though I love Hobby Lobby too.
Yeah. Do you know? This is a non sequitur, but in them German-ish country, Germany, Belgium, Switzerland, and them, they have a common.
The Newfoundlands.
You know what they do to
The
I know
Deutschlands. The Deutschlands, my bad.
that may be, but I don't know that the other two that I named consider themselves. Deutschland is just what Germans
Germany
call
used to
their
be
own
called?
country. It's still called that, which
Okay.
that's a whole other conversation that I've always thought is wild. Like,
Why don't we just do that?
right.
That sounds fine to me.
Germany is the English word for Deutschland, right?
Right. But we don't do that
Germans,
with any other things.
we do it with some. Do you know that
Right.
Japan, it ain't called Japan?
That makes so
It,
much sense to me
it's
because why would
called,
it be?
I think it's called Nippon, I think.
Okay. Okay.
But there's definitely other examples. Like we just
We just
like
don't know about them.
decided names for countries, and that's just what we
Right.
call them. But it weren't never what they called themselves. And it's
Right. Yeah.
pretty common actually. And I'm sure they probably do that also in reverse.
I'm sure they do. And I
Like for
guess,
example, do you count this? Like in Mexico, it's Estados Unidos, right?
uh-huh.
It's not United States. Like
Right.
they could just sometimes you just take the word from another language and just leave it the
And just
way
say
it
it
is.
like
So
exactly.
why not do that with the name of a country? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If
No,
like
I
when they
agree.
but they don't, but people don't. I mean, sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. I don't know how it works. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
whoever's in charge, just if they can pronounce it fine on the first go, then it stays. And if they can't, then, and
Right.
I'm sure Deutschland, they were like, there's too many consonants. We can't do this.
But either way, do you know over there what they be doing with ketchup?
I kind of do because this is wild. I saw a company on Instagram advertising the fact that, don't stay away from all the biochemical engineered ketchup. We make German style ketchup, and it was ketchup with a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in it. And there was something else, but I can't remember. And
So
maybe this guy was lying and it's a
no, no,
completely
no.
different thing.
I don't know. Maybe they just have German style ketchup, but I know that in addition to that, what is a very common condiment in those countries and also Scandinavia is curry ketchup.
Yeah, curry paste. They put curry paste. Yeah,
Have
yeah.
you ever had curry
Yes, I
ketchup?
have. We
It's
are.
fire, and
It's so good.
I don't even like ketchup that much. To me,
Right. It's a
it
different sauce.
transforms it
Yes.
right. It transforms it so much that it's like like barbecue sauce. A lot of barbecue sauces like ketchup based or whatever, but
For
it's like
sure.
that. It's
But
its own thing. I
it's its
know
own
that
thing.
this is literally
Aioli's kind
just
of similar.
yeah, right. This is literally just ketchup with like curry in it, but
Dude,
it changes it so much that it's like a whole different thing to me, and it is fire. I actually got a little. There's that.
dude.
That's what that was right
Yeah,
there.
boy.
I ate lunch at my desk today, and I
Let
had some
me.
leftovers from. I made schnitzel and bratwurst,
Oh boy, I know that.
and ketchup, curry ketchup, and it was. I'd never had curry ketchup before, and it really, really hit the spot.
Let me tell you one of the saddest things that's happened to me, and it happened to me. I say recently. I think they closed a year and a half ago. We had this restaurant / bar in Chattanooga that it was in the coolest building ever. And rumor was, well, not rumor. It used to be a brothel. It did used to be a brothel. The rumor was that JFK had stopped through there on his way and got into the brothel at one point. That was a rumor. But this place ruled. It was old school, like prohibition style type bar. And it was the first time I ever had curry ketchup. And that was what they served. It was a flight of sauces. There was like a garlic aioli, curry ketchup, and something else, probably sriracha, because it was right when sriracha came out, and that was the new hotness. It's still hot, but it's not the new hotness. And what they served it with was tater tots that had been seared in duck fat,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not there anymore. And like that's such a specific. Like if my favorite burger joint went away, I would be upset. But there's still other burgers, there's still other, but there's no other tater tots cooked in duck fat. Nobody's doing that shit. And yeah, that curry ketchup, I too felt the same way. I was like,
you could do that.
oh, I could do that. That's
You
true.
could just
I
get
could.
some tater tots and some duck fat.
Yeah, I could do anything. I just like a place that did,
Right.
having a
Yeah.
place that does.
Sure, but to me, I don't know where you stand on tater tot. I'm sure those were particularly elevated tater tots that
They
you're
were.
talking about. But tater tots is one of the things that I feel like a frozen bag of Ore-Ida tater
Yeah,
tots or
you can make
whatever,
them hit.
they hit just fine.
Yeah,
So if
I
you
agree.
took those and
Duck fatted them.
duck fatted them,
Yeah.
Wouldn't be that hard. Probably would
I
still
only
hit.
want tater tots if your establishment doesn't have good fries. Otherwise, I want fries. Like if
Mm.
if it's one of those places that you'd
Really?
rather have tater tots.
I'm surprised by that.
I seem
You
like a
to
tater tot
me,
guy. I
you
know.
so seem
Amber
like
is.
a tater tot guy.
I like
Like
them.
I would have bet a lot of money. It's like that's a tater tot boy right
Well,
there. Like I'm surprised. Like you just seem like
and
you just seem like tater tots would hit for you. For the record,
they
I don't
do.
like.
They
I
do.
would. I've said before. One of the only things I'm actually picky about in terms of food is French fries. I think French fries,
Me too.
they're
They can be hit or miss.
real hit or miss,
Yes.
hit or miss, in my opinion. Rather than roll the dice on a French fry, if a place also offers tater tots, I'm going tater tots each and every time, unless maybe onion rings instead.
Well, I always
But
ask, what are your fries like?
I'll do either of those before I'll get a strange, unknown quantity French fry.
Yes, I have
I'm
to
not
know.
going to do that.
I have to know what your French fry is like. When with the establishments that I go to, obviously I know what their French fry game is. When I'm on the town, I'm sure you've heard me ask a bunch of times, "What's your fries like?" Because if when I ask that, they go, I immediately nope. Like the thing I want to hear you say is go, "Oh," and if I hear you go, that means that you don't have a good answer to this question. If there's steak fries, I don't give a shit if you purport to have the best steak fries. I don't care if you there's get them out of my face. And if you have wedges, get them out of my face. If you have crinkle cut, get them out of my face.
Yeah,
and that's so weird too, that like crinkle cut is just a way to cut them, yet every crinkle cut is the same. Like that's just a way to cut them. You could do them differently. You could take crinkle cut and put the batter I like on them, but nobody ever does. And I think it's because the people that do crinkle cut, they're just getting them out of the fucking bag. They're just getting them out of the bag, and they're not doing putting
Shacks. You ever had Shacks?
They're good.
Fries?
They're good.
Yeah, those are crinkle cut.
They are, but you know what? The cheese sauce does a lot of.
Yes, for sure. The cheese sauce does a lot of heavy lifting there. I had Shake Shack last night.
Yeah, and you know what is an absolute crime? I don't know how In-N-Out has gotten away with it for all these years. I really don't. I mean, their
burgers are as legit as people act like they are. But In-N-Out burgers are absolutely phenomenal, but their fries are garbage.
Garbage. Dude. It's the biggest disparity between two products that there's ever been.
Don't even order them.
I don't I understand you being like, well, we don't have to have the best fries because we have the best burgers, but you're comfortable having the worst? What do you mean? Why are you comfortable having the worst? But like what I like, to me, the top echelon of French fry is that Captain D's style. Yeah. That super battered where I think it's cooked in the fish grease too. Like,
it seems like it is.
They're glassy.
It seems like the way seems like whatever they do to the fish, they're doing a version of that to the fries as well. And that's
unbelievable.
It's fire.
It's Love unbelievable. That. But yeah, if you've got any version of those other French fries, I'm 100% taking tater tots because you're right. I've never had a place that I've been offended by the tater tots. I've gone and been like, these tater tots were really good, but I've never been somewhere and been like, these tater tots were really bad. Because like you said, get them out the bag and cook them right. They're going to hit. They're crispy potatoes.
I just feel like most places that have tater tots, most of the time, I think that they're getting them from fucking what's it called? Not Schwann's, Cisco, right? Yeah, Cisco, that type of thing. And yeah, they're just coming frozen and they're just fucking dropping them in the fryer. I think because they're pretty universal. It seems like.
Well, Cisco now has even more of a monopoly than they used to, and that's why I've seen a lot of think pieces written on it. Where like there's plenty of people have always used Cisco, but now literally they have just completely moved out their competition, and they are the only ones that supply any restaurant. And therefore, because people have been saying like, why? How come every restaurant tastes the exact chain wise? How come every restaurant tastes the exact same? And it's because they're all getting it from Cisco, and that nobody's putting enough of their stank on it to make it any different. So like you may, if you're like, I like Logan's more than O'Charlie's. Now you don't really have that opinion probably because it's the same.
Yeah, that don't hit.
No, it don't hit.
I got a little, I guess you could almost call it a game. I found this list of this polling company in England called Prospectus Global.
That's an evil sounding name.
Yeah, but this ain't a political poll. I don't know why they did, just for shits and giggles, I guess. I don't know. They did a survey.
They're a company that does polls. They got to throw them out there, man.
Yeah, they did a survey with just everyday Brits, over 2,000 people they surveyed, asking what makes a person posh, right?
Okay.
And they compiled this list. It's fucking 40 things, right?
Okay.
That I guess you could just answer whatever you wanted to, and this list coalesced. This is what
Right.
British people think makes a person posh. It's a list of 40 things. I'm trying to figure out what I want to set the over under at for you.
For how
I'm
many
going
I'll
to
guess?
say 8. No, not
Okay.
guess. How many apply to you?
Oh, how many apply to me? Oh, okay. Okay. Right on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do this. You're
Over under
probably right.
8.
Okay.
I'm asking you to.
Oh,
You,
I'll say over. No, under.
yeah, I mean, even 8. I was like, I feel like that's too high, but
Under.
we'll find out. All right. You went to boarding school? Obviously not.
Did not.
Do you know anyone who went to anyone ever that's gone to a boarding school? Do you know where
Does
the closest
Macaulay
boarding
count?
school is? Like,
Does Macaulay count?
I don't know. I don't know what fuck Macaulay is.
I thought you did. I thought Drew knows what Macaulay is.
It's is that a
It's like
Chattanooga private school?
yeah, like they're like number 2 in the nation in football right now. It's Tennessee's like premier private school. Like me and Drew have talked about him because I was like, it's when I realized that people other than us knew about Macaulay. I wasn't aware that it was. I went to camp there, but like day camp during the summer with a bunch of other kids, and we just watched Rocky and played.
Them kids don't live there, do they?
I don't think so. That's what I was asking you. I thought you knew for some reason, but it was Drew. Yeah, I don't think
No.
I think maybe some of them live there.
If
like
they don't live there, it ain't a boarding school. Because that's what I was about to say. In Nashville, there's like Montgomery Bell Academy. That's the big one. But there's also Battleground Academy and some other ones, like rich kid places in Nashville. But I don't think any of them. I don't think the kids live there, and that's what makes a boarding school. I'm saying I don't even know where a boarding school is.
I don't either. Then if Macaulay's not one, I don't know one.
Right, but.
Like when I see movies like the Holdovers and all that stuff, I'm like, where even
Is that? Is
yeah,
all just New England or whatever? Fuck, maybe NBA is because look, my boy Tom Shulman, obviously he wrote Dead Poets Society, which takes place at a boarding school, and Tom went to MBA in Nashville. So now I'm sitting here wondering, is MBA a fucking boarding school? But I didn't think it was. But maybe it is. But yeah, I feel like it's like a New England thing, like a fucking like the Winklevosses probably went to a fucking boarding school or whatever.
But what's crazy is like obviously people I know, like I don't know anybody like that in my life because I'm from trash places, but like we've met so many people on the road, and I've never even met someone who went to boarding school. And you'd think, I feel like those people bring it up.
So no, MBA. It's not. That's what I thought. It's not. I mean, it's like a high level, pricey private school, but it's not a boarding school though. So yeah, and also I'm sure in England they're just more common there too. Probably, presumably. Okay, number 2. All right, I need to make a note of these. I think because this one's about to be your first one. You own antiques and family heirlooms.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I mean. Really not many. The family heirlooms that I have I have a hope chest that my dad's dad made. And after that, all the antiques I have, I just purchased. So it's not like I have
that counts. And yeah. What's like the most valuable antique you think you have?
I mean, it depends on if I ever get this copy of The Shining autograph. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like furniture and stuff, no, I mean, my mom has a bunch of nice pieces, but they weren't passed down to her. She too just got them at an antique place. So that's not it's technically when my mom dies and gives it to me, it'll be a family heirloom, but I don't feel like that counts. I feel like for it to be a family heirloom, it had to be given to my mom and someone had to give it to her mom. Like it's got to be at least 3 generations past. And I don't have nothing like that.
I think I'm still going to count it just because you go antiquing all the time.
Yeah, I do own antiques for sure.
All right. Okay. You have a wine cellar at your house. Do you have a wine cellar in that house?
I don't. Mom and dad do, but there's no wine in it. Like that is what it is.
That's borderline. You grew up in a house that has a wine cellar.
Yeah, but again, and it 100%. The function of that thing was to be a wine cellar.
I don't think the fact that they don't keep wine in it don't make it not a wine cellar.
I agree. No, I'm agreeing. I don't live there. That's my my parents' place. But like, yeah, I mean, for sure, I'll take that point.
Okay, 2. We're only 3 in.
We used it. You know what we used it for?
What?
Tornadoes. That was our tornado spot.
All right. You own paintings of your ancestors.
Absolutely
Surely not paintings,
not.
right? Yeah, right.
Jesus, what the fuck? Who would want to
Pictures,
paint them
though?
motherfuckers?
Old black and white pictures of your great papa or something?
I mean, I have a
We definitely
drawer.
had those in my family, and I think I guess I must have thrown all those away
None
or
of them.
something because I definitely don't currently have them, and there's nowhere else they could be. So
this can't count because the only pictures I have of my grandparents were from the church directory. And no, they're not in black and white. And they were from Olin Mills specifically to go in the church directory. Because, dude, like, I mean, you know, my granny was born in 1920. My papa was born in 1907. Back then, you couldn't just go get your motherfucking picture taken. And she was poor as shit. And so was he. Like, yeah, no, they don't. They might exist somewhere, but I don't have them. And I would.
Me, mom, pa had a old black and white picture from like the 1880s or something. Or I don't know, probably not. It was like my grandpa's grandpa, so it would have been like around 1900, I think. But looked very much like an old timey. He had to sit there for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And
while it exploded.
Yeah, right. Type of picture. And I remember that because they always said that dude looked like remarkably like me, which they thought was wild. And it's the first time I thought of that picture in years. And again, I don't know. I have no idea whatever happened to that. So fuck that guy, I guess.
But I've got black and white pictures of other people's families.
We actually do too, because Katie bought black and white pictures of two random people that are from God knows where, but she did that for like Halloween decorations because she thought they looked creepy. So, but they're like real people. They're somebody's fucking mamaw.
Ours are too, and I know who they are. They're the people that used to own my parents' house, and they just was left there. And these are Civil War era photos of these people, you know, but they're not our family.
No, just two random slave owners that hit for y'all.
Servants, Trae. They said they were slaves.
Okay.
And, you know, you've heard Trae say it a bunch, and I was in a similar situation. We're, you know, stupid men, so I thought that a wallet had to be this big, leathery, almost briefcase that you just wear in your pants, and that was so inconvenient for so long, but I just thought that's what men do. We have big wallets, we have bad backs, and we carry our money in leather. By God, that's where money goes. It's important. It goes in leather, you know. But the deal is, our friends at Ridge have made our lives a lot easier because I can tell you right now, here's my Ridge wallet. It's sweet. It's like salmon and coral color. It's super slim. It's awesome. It fits the exact amount of things that I need in it. It's got this little thing right here for my cash, which that's gone unattended for a while. Is cash even a thing anymore? I have no idea. But they have been perfecting the wallet for 12 years, and everything is better with the Ridge 2.0. It is lighter. It is more sleek. And like I said, it comes in all these awesome colors. It also has an air tag attachment, so you never going to lose it. And if you do, you can just bleep, bleep and see where it is. Premium materials, aluminum, titanium, carbon fiber. You normally don't hear that unless it's the military or your Ridge wallet. They've got over 50 colors, and you can customize it with your favorite NFL, MLB, or college team. So, you know, if you're like me and a gambling man, you can have your wallet remind you of where you lost all your money. It's really good stuff. Over 100,000 5-star reviews, proof that Ridge is a gift that people love to receive. Losing your wallet is the worst, but with the Ridge tracker card, you always know exactly where it is before panic mode kicks in. Perfect peace of mind for holiday travel and gifting. Give the gifts that stay out of the junk drawer and find their way into morning routines. All right. For a limited time, Ridge is having their huge Black Friday sale. That's this Friday. It's super black. Head to ridge.com, RIDGE.com, to get up to 47% off your order. This is by far the biggest discount they've given all year. That's ridge.com for up to 40% off your order during their biggest sale of the year. After you purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them, and please support our show by telling them Puttin on Air sent you. Skew.
Y'all think one of life's simple pleasures is getting a package in the mail? I think that hits for just about everybody. Even if you ordered it or if you got too drunk and, you know, didn't remember you ordered it, that's always fun. Drunk past you, getting a present for current day sober you. What's better? Well, I'll tell you what's better. The best, the optimum package you can receive. Imagine for a second you open the door and sitting there before you is a pack, not just any package, but a box full of meat, a box of meat. Hitting this type of box a man can receive on his front doorstep if you ask me. I'm talking, of course, about this week's sponsor, Butcher Box. That's right. You want to stay on track during this season of cookies and cocktails? Well, get you a Butcher Box and get some clean, high-quality protein delivered straight to your door so your meals can stay simple, satisfying, and nourishing even in perhaps the fattest month of the year, December. Butcher Box delivers over 100 premium protein choices straight to your door, including 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, pork-raised, crate-free, and wild-caught seafood. For nearly a decade, Butcher Box has led the industry with meat and seafood that's antibiotic-free, hormone-free, and independently verified. It is a cleaner, more trustworthy version of what you'd find at the grocery store, and it's delivered right to your door. Whether you're hosting for the holidays, meal prepping through all the chaos, or feeding a family that has picky preferences, Butcher Box offers curated or fully customizable plans that fit your needs and your schedule. I got a box that included big old rack of pork ribs, some sirloin steak, and some chicken breast and some ground beef. I went to town on all that. Slow roasted the ribs, of course, pulled the bone right out of there like it
tenderism,
like it came out of butter. Absolutely fantastic. I made, I believe, a chicken pot pie with some of the chicken breasts, because that's how, and a beef stroganoff with some of the beef. Yeah, that's right. Made it all hit thanks to Butcher Box. Every single box ships free always and includes member-only perks like recipe inspiration, tips, and exclusive deals to help you make the most out of every single meal. And now, as an exclusive offer, our listeners can get free steak in every box for a year, plus $20 off your first box when you go to butcherbox.com/POA. That's right. You heard me right. Your choice of filet mignon, New York strip, or ribeye in every box for an entire year, plus $20 off your first box and free shipping always. That's butcherbox.com/POA. Make sure you use our link so they know we sent you. Butcherbox.com/POA. Box of meat. Hard to beat it.
Mm-hmm.
You belong to a private club.
Yes.
You do, don't you?
Battlefield. It's the most redneck country club you can belong to, but I do pay a monthly membership, so that counts.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's 3. You're definitely going to hit the over on this. I was thinking I'd set it too high, but it looks like I set it too low. All right, you never discuss money. Absolutely not. We can move on.
I don't.
But you do, though. Yes, you do.
What do you mean? Not mine.
You talk about hitting. You talk about like
but like
you don't talk specifics about. I think there's been plenty of times where you're like, don't get me wrong, I do pretty well, which I think disqualifies you for this one, in my opinion.
But because
I think that's the type of thing that they mean that the posh people don't do. I think, but maybe I'm.
Oh wait, hold on just a second. Are you wanting me to get a point or not get a point?
I'm saying you don't get a point for that one because
me too. That's
the qualifier
what I was saying.
You never discuss money. You're saying you don't ever discuss money, right? Isn't that what you're saying?
Well, it's not my favorite topic.
You get a point. Oh, but I'm saying I don't think that that's true because
they mean like those people don't discuss money because it don't matter to them. Like there's no point in talking about it because they have infinity of it.
And it matters at least enough to you to point out to people. It's like, listen, I do okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
that's
okay.
The thing that a posh person don't ever do.
I misunderstood because if you ask Amber, like, I cannot stand it when she wants to talk about money, all this shit. Like, I don't do it. But yes, you're correct. Like, obviously, it's something that could come up in conversation. Yeah.
Okay. You call your parents either mommy or daddy as a grown up?
Fuck no.
Okay.
I call that motherfucker by his name. That's Dale. You know what I mean? And I call her mama, like mama. Right. You know what I mean? Which is different than mommy. It's so much different.
It is.
If I was talking to her to somebody, if I was talking about her to my friends, I'd say my mom.
My mom.
I would say my mom. But if I'm talking to her about what's up, mama?
Right. I wonder if that is the equivalent. Because like British people don't use the word. They don't have the word mama, right?
Exactly. So I don't get a point.
Right. But the only thing they have adjacent to that is mummy.
Mummy.
They don't have mama. So there's no middle ground. It's either mum or mummy. Right. That's all they have. They don't have mama. They don't have that. So
okay.
like,
well, you can give me a point if you want, but mama
I'm not going to.
Okay.
I'm not going to. But I do
because you know that I'm not doing it in a prim, posh way.
Here, let's take it a little further though. I know you're like, that motherfucker's Dale. Look,
No,
I
I mean, I call
called
him Dad.
I called my dad fucking daddy. Me and my sister both did.
Yeah.
I find that mom and dad, I'm going to mom and daddy's house,
Yeah.
like in the South, this is pretty common in my opinion. Not mummy, not
You're right.
mommy, but it's mama and daddy, right?
Mom and them
I
normally.
feel like mama is
Okay.
it pairs with daddy. Like in the
Well,
South, you like people in the fucking New England and shit. I don't fucking know, but people in California, it's like mom and dad. But like a
yeah.
lot of people in
And
the South, they're like
grandmama.
mama and daddy.
Yeah. Well,
Like
I'll take a point if you want to give it
I'm
to
not
me.
going to give you a point for that. I'm just asking if you think that that's first of all, that's another way in which the
It's
South is
overlap. Yeah.
weirdly some overlap with like
Yeah. I mean,
England
probably. I want somebody to
because I
write in
feel
and if you're from over there, write into puttingonairs@gmail.com and tell us if this is the equivalent. Cause I'm just pleading ignorance here.
but in the South though, it ain't fancy Southern
It's
people.
not at all.
It's trash
That's a
usually. They're
redneck
like,
way to
it's a
say
redneck thing.
mom, like
Mama,
mama.
yeah, right, exactly. Okay, so you're sitting at 3 right now. Your family has a coat of arms. No, right.
I mean, maybe in Scotland, but I don't fucking.
You ride horses. No,
Hell no.
have ridden horses, but you
who
don't
ain't rid a
ride horses.
horse?
Yeah, I don't know, probably a lot of people, but no, I mean, no, it definitely doesn't count. You don't ride them recreationally.
Fuck no.
You host parties that you get professionally catered. You ever do
No,
that? Okay.
absolutely not.
I mean, that's the thing. I've said this before, but I went to
That's a Hollywood thing.
I went to a Hollywood producer's birthday party out here once, and that's the first time in my life it ever even occurred to me that someone
could do that.
might do that. Or
Yeah.
even that you could do that. He had hired a chef and servers and all this shit to come to his house and cater his birthday party, or his wife had hired that for his birthday or whatever. And I was like, it literally kind of blew my mind. I was like, I never once in my life had it crossed my mind that this was a thing that people could do, did do, would do. Like I had no idea.
Yeah,
It
dude.
was sweet though. It hit real hard.
Look, I love people, right? I don't want to have a party. I don't want to have a party. And if I do, if Amber forces me into it, I goddamn sure ain't spending that kind of money for something I don't want to do. Like we're either doing potluck or I'll get a bunch of pizzas or I'll cook, I'll grill out. Like I got a hibachi grill, I'll do that. But again, can't stress this enough. I don't want any of that shit to happen. But if it did, like there's no way I'm going thousands of dollars out of pocket for catering. Fuck that.
Okay. You eat properly with a knife and fork. No, right?
No, I mean if I'm eating steak, sure, but like you have to with a steak.
Yeah, but you don't know or follow the actual rules though. You just
No,
use a knife and fork.
Dude, I often eat my salads with a spoon because I like to get the dressing at the bottom and lap it up.
Here comes my first point. Wait, no, it isn't. I have whatever. You hire a gardener. You have a gardener.
Absolutely not.
Right. Actually,
my yard just looks like shit.
I don't. We used to, but I didn't pay for it. My landlord did. But so I actually don't get a point for that. I'm still sitting at 0. But
we used to have this guy, but he was just paying off his wife's titties that we bought. Does that count?
I don't know. But in Southern California, in Burbank in the Valley, it's just like taken for granted that we are literally the only people on our street that don't have a gardener, like, or a service hired. And all the neighbors and stuff think that that's super fucking weird. Like, why would anyone ever not have a gardener? But we're like, we ain't paying for that shit. We'll just it's tiny. We'll just mow it ourselves. Who gives a fuck?
Slight side note, but it's the only time I'm going to be able to bring it up. You watched One Battle After Another, right?
I did.
So Leo was being asked in this panel. They were like, man, because apparently that whistle that he does is a like specific Mexican whistle that he was getting a lot of flowers from the Hispanic community. Like, goddamn, he fucking nailed that Mexican whistle. And the whole, he was doing a really good job. And so they asked him on the panel, they're like, how did you, like, is that something you prepared for the role or did you somehow already, he goes, well, being honest, that's how I communicated with my gardener during COVID. Mm-hmm. He just whistled at him like that, which I thought was a very hilarious answer. Go ahead.
That does it. Yeah, love that movie, by the way.
It's really good.
Great. which no surprise, PTA.
Yeah, Leo, PTA.
What are you going to do?
Come on.
All right, next up, this is another instance of overlap. You say supper instead of dinner.
Yeah, often.
Yeah,
depending on where. At Mama's house, it's always supper. We're having supper.
Right. See, again, to me, it's funny because that's apparently over there that's fancy, but in the South, that's
now
country.
If I was
country
and when I was a
supper, I feel like.
And when I was a kid at my granny's, dinner was lunch. Lunch. Now that wasn't, but now
dinner's lunch and supper's.
Well, and you know what, man? So, like if I was asking somebody to go out with me, we'd be going out to dinner. In my brain, and this probably doesn't make sense, but
yeah, you don't have supper at O'Charlie's.
Hell no,
supper at the house.
Supper's at the house. Supper is a meal where there's no expectations of you to be anybody other than who you are. You're at home. You can mix all your food together in a trough. Supper, you're just sup. You know what I mean? Sup. Like dinner though. Dinner is like we had dinner. It's like it implies that the lights are a little dim. You got to behave. But supper, you ain't got to fucking behave. Dude, they might be somebody playing banjo at supper. You know what I mean? Supper hits.
My dad and his redneck buddies had a little thing they called the Gourmet Supper Club. And all that meant was they'd get together at our house and get hammered. Fucking drunk and grill shit on the front porch or make a big pot of chili or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, it did hit. All right, you're at 4. We're 13 in. You own family silver.
No.
Yeah, figured. Okay. You send
that mean like forks and stuff?
Yeah, like fancy silver that your passed through the family or whatever.
No.
Again, I don't know anyone who does that, but I've got 1. You've got 4 so far. You send physical invites in the mail. So like if you
I'm so staunchly against that. I will send out again. I'm not having anything to where that would ever have to be a thing.
Yeah. What about Christmas cards? Y'all do Christmas cards?
Do not.
Amber doesn't insist that y'all do Christmas cards.
Oh, she insists.
Seems like a thing that she would force you to do.
We don't do
those either, but a lot of my wider friends, they do Christmas cards every year.
We got pictures this year with Bane, Christmas pictures. Maybe she is using them for that, but to my knowledge, no, we get a bunch of them, and I immediately throw them in the trash because if I don't, Amber, I throw them in the trash. And because I love you, thank you for sending it to us. But like all Amber's going to do.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Amber puts
them on the fridge.
Right. But none of all these, Amber's using the same because she's such a fucking cheap bitch. I love her. But she's using the same magnets that she bought in college, and they've lost a lot of their magnetic stability. So she puts the pictures on the fridge. Every time I open the fridge, 5 to 6 of these just fly off. They just fly off, and then I've got to go put them back. Or what I usually do is just go, no, you know what? That's what you get, and then I get in trouble. So I don't. I throw them in the trash. Don't tell her, but I'll throw invitations of shit in the trash if I get it first. That's the tax for me going to get in the mail. We ain't going to that shit. Hope they fucking text you because we're not going. I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but whatever.
You have a family tree, and I think what they mean by that is like
Christmas tree.
No, like don't these like family noble families and shit? Don't they literally have like a painting of a family tree, like a family fucking tree?
I don't.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean by that?
No, right? I don't.
You don't know what a family tree? You don't know what someone's family tree is?
Oh, you mean like, okay, yeah, dude, like your mom's here, your dad's here. Bro, I thought you meant like this is a family coat of arms.
Right.
Like,
I knew that's what you were thinking, and that's why I was like, I don't know how to explain to you.
No, we don't, dude. Ours would be so depressing to look at. We'd just be mad at it the whole time. We'd just be going, that fucking bitch right there. Like we'd be angry at the tree.
Right. But yeah, if you ever look at like an old king or something, and it's like
Harry Potter,
out genealogy, that type of shit. So, all right, you're still sitting at 4. You shoot clay pigeons.
No,
never done that either. Shot things,
pigeons,
but not clay pigeons. But all right, you go on skiing holiday. You ever take a skiing holiday?
Hey, I'm going on my first one in January, dog. Going to Lake Tahoe now.
With who?
Jury. I can't say. So, jury's still out on whether or not I'm going to ski. Probably not. I probably will not because
have you ever skied?
No, hell no.
Yeah, me neither. I've never been.
I'm a tube man.
Sure. Yeah, I'm more of a tube man also.
But I'm probably not even going to do that.
Zero interest in skiing.
Skiing to me,
I don't fuck with the cold. I don't fuck with the snow. I don't want to do none of that.
I think if you haven't skied by the time you're let's just say 30 is the cutoff. If you ain't done it before then, you don't get to do it.
Over. I agree with you.
And now that I have a child,
start skiing at fucking 40. It's insane.
And I'm not going to do something extremely dangerous where the payoff is only
your knee out. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
exactly.
like I got a child. I can't be fucking Sonny Bono and myself, which by the way, they killed him.
Who's they?
You know who. The government.
Okay, is this a real thing? Enlighten me.
Yeah. All right.
Or are you just saying that just a hit and you don't know nothing about it? Or is this literally an actual thing? Was he a congressman at the time?
He was a congressman at the time. And so Sonny Bono, I'm telling you, Disney had him killed. So Sonny Bono was...
I was going to say the Jews, jokingly. Turns out it's the opposite of the Jews.
It's the opposite of the Jews. Disney. So you know how Disney has had long-standing court battles over copyright issues and stuff like that? Because basically the rule used to be, hey, how long does copyrights take place? However old Mickey Mouse is, that's how it is. Well, Sonny Bono was one of they were trying to pass that bill again, and it wasn't looking good. It was looking like they were going to make the cutoff 50 years or whatever. And Sonny Bono, being from the acting world, was like, no, we have to protect artists' rights, and like your work should be protected for longer, and blah 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 blah. And he was like the main guy trying to rouse support for it, right? But it still wasn't really going anywhere. Well, he fucking dies in that skiing accident. They changed the bill to the Sonny Bono whatever, and all of a sudden the tide turned, and people that were firmly against it jumped ship on it because it was this moment of just like, we got to do it for Sonny. And it passed, and it is what it is now. So I'm telling you, Mickey Mouse threw that motherfucker in front of a tree.
Okay. I mean, I could buy that.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you have done that? It's just Sonny Bono. Who gives a shit? I'm fucking not Cher.
Okay, fun fact about Cher. Maybe you knew this already. I didn't know this. You know, Cher is the only artist ever to have a number one hit in 7 consecutive decades.
I did know that. It's insane.
That is bananas, bro.
Especially when, goddamn,
the first one was with Sonny.
Sonny, of course.
And then I can't name them all, but she had number one. Some of these decades she had multiple number ones. She had at least number one hit in every decade: 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and the 2020s. She had a number one Christmas song.
I was about to say what
in 2022 or 2023 or something like that, but still counts. But that one's a little bit of a technicality, but fuck.
Hey,
count it.
Because I was going to say the last one that I remember that I can go, that was it, was If You Believe in Love. And that was like 99. So she's had 3 since then that I just don't fucking know about.
No, there was fucking,
Because Turn Back Time was the 80s one, 80s, for sure.
Yes, for sure. Yes.
First thing I ever jerked off to, by the way, her bare butt on that boat.
Okay, that's good. That's a fun memory. Cher's list of number ones. Fucking, let's see here. Every decade since the 60s. I Got You, Babe was the first one.
Yeah, fire.
Then Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves.
Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves.
Half Breed.
Oh, Jesus.
That sounds a little wild.
You got a little theme going on there.
Right after that, Dark Lady.
Oh, God.
And All I Ever Need Is You. Those are all the 70s.
Okay.
Turn Back Time in the 80s, and After All. Believe, Strong Enough, and All or Nothing in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
It says A Different Kind of Love Song and When the Money's Gone from the 2000s. I don't remember.
No idea.
But anyway, let's see. Back to this, I suppose. You wear tweed. No, right? You don't own any tweed.
I don't have any tweed. No, I aspire to.
Yeah. You call everyone darling. No, you don't. You say buddy. I suppose it's be darling. You play croquet. No. You ever played croquet?
Not that I mean, if there was a church function and they had one out there, I'm certain when I was a kid, I whacked one, but I don't know the rules, have never, under my own volition, played croquet, no.
This just reminded me of something I was trying to think of the other day. I know you're not going to know this. I don't think. I saw it with you, though. There was a comedian that had kind of a moment, sort of, not a big one, but like was doing Conan's and stuff all of a sudden in like the early 2010s. And he came through and did like bar shot. I'm sure he did JJ. It's great.
Well, I love it too, but
it's hilarious that you just went straight to how there's so many other dudes that what I've said so far could apply to.
I know, but we saw him because we saw him. Because we saw him together in Knoxville. You said we saw him together, so I just
no. This didn't happen live. Me and you discussed this. I haven't gotten to it yet.
So we'll see. Okay, apologize to me.
Qualifying it all. Okay. Like I'm saying, white guy, right? Started doing a bunch of late nights. Started coming through doing bar shows. Came through Knoxville. Came through Chattanooga. Was like a kind of a hipstery one-liner dude. And I remember he had this joke on one of his Conan sets that me and you both were like, I mean, okay. It was literally just. So I played croquet the other day. It was croquet. That's it. That's the whole thing.
Oh, I know who you mean. Yeah.
What's that guy's name? And I'm not like I'm not trashing this dude. I just can't remember. He popped into my head the other day and I can't remember his name and it's driving me nuts. We saw when all the Dusty Lester shit happened on fucking Kill Tony that you set off, bro. Right?
I forgot how long Kill Tony's been going on. Jesus Christ.
Right? When all that happened, me and you were watching it, right? And this dude that I'm talking about was randomly standing on the side of the stage during all that Dusty Lester shit. I think maybe with a guitar or some kind of instrument and his shirt off or something. And you were like, is that fucking... And we were like, that is that guy. Yeah, but I can't remember his name.
I don't remember.
All right. You ask people, where did you school?
Fuck no.
No,
I wouldn't even ask you my equivalent of that.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I guess I'd be like, if I met somebody from around here, like this happens on the golf course, I'd be like, where'd you graduate from? Where'd you get? Just because I want to, that's just how you get to know. Like, oh, you're a white guy my age. How have I never seen you? Oh, you went to Ridgeland? Right on. Cool. But like, where do you school?
You call champagne champas. No.
I've never heard that in my life. I just call it champagne.
This one surprised me because I didn't know this was a posh thing. I thought it was an all British people thing. You call the toilet the loo.
No.
You drive an old Land Rover.
No.
You do, don't you?
It was a 2008. It was a 2000. She didn't give it to me. I bought that bitch cash.
Okay, sorry.
And it exploded.
All right. Okay, so you don't currently, but you at one point did drive an old Land Rover.
Yeah, but it was a 2008. I don't think that's
old. That's almost 20 years ago, you know?
Yeah, now, but this thing exploded 5 years ago.
Right.
I think old means like that old, that
classic.
like the Queen had.
Classic.
Like the Queen. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
You wear a barbor jacket.
Well, I don't know what that means.
I mean, it's some kind of designer, I'm assuming. I've never heard of it either.
Then
you know a little bit of Latin.
I mean, in vino verita, agi caragis, fucking e pluribus unum, ad hoc, ergo proctor hoc, a lot of the legal jargon. Yeah.
I don't think.
I mean,
I'm not going to count any of those.
No, I know if it's been said in a movie or a show, I know it, and that's it. You know, so no, I mean, I think everyone knows all the Latin that I know.
That's why I don't count them. That's what I was going to say. Like if all the ones that everyone knows, it's got to be more than that.
Yeah.
You have shelves full of books. You do.
Yes, I do. I have insane shelves full of books.
You eat partridge and grouse.
No.
You call their friends by their second names. What do you think that means? Second name, like is that a middle name or a last name?
I don't know, but either way, no. I don't even call any of my friends by any of their names. They're all
if it's last name. I mean, you know, I got Thompson, but everybody calls him Thompson, and it's just him. Everyone else is all my other friends. It's not their last name.
Damn, I don't. You know what? I'm the one that people call by their last name, but we don't. Like everyone, most people call me Forrester around here.
Really?
Or Forrester. I know most people call me Forrester or Kofo.
Kofo. I remember Kofo.
Or Co-Ray, because that's what my high school coach called me. But most of them call me Forrester. but I don't know of I'm certain that there's people that I call by their last name, but I call all my buddies either by their first name or the nickname I've given them over the years. Like I've got a bunch of Bubbas. Is a second name a nickname?
I don't know. I don't know
Surely
what
not.
second name is. That's what I'm saying.
Let's choose to not know.
You are good at small talk. You definitely are. So that's
For sure.
6.
That's Posh.
Right, I guess. I don't know. 6. You have 6 so far. The over-under was 8. We have like 10 left.
Okay.
I'm not sure what this means either, but I think maybe I know. You have a double-barreled name.
Is that like a hyphenate?
That's what I'm assuming. Like,
Yeah.
Winston, Wellington dash Humber Buns or whatever.
Right.
That type
I've
of shit.
given myself one, but I don't really. Like I go by my full name.
I know,
but that's just my stage. That's for stage purposes.
I was trying to determine if that counts. Because you're Corey Ryan Forrester. And it's
right.
like, is that a double barrel name? I think it's the hyphen. I think it's like
the hyphen.
Because all them fucking, like, what's Prince Philip's, what's his name? Mountbatten something?
It's insane. It's Mountbatten something, but he's the one that's got like 5. Some of them got like 7, 8 motherfucking names. And then, not to mention their titles.
Right. Yeah. I mean, according to fucking Google AI, it can be either.
Okay. Well, we've trusted them before.
If it's either, then
I got it.
I think you do have a,
because I just go by it. I mean, you've got the same thing going on. You just don't go by it.
Well, that everyone has. Well, not everyone, but most Americans have 3 names. They have a middle name.
Yeah, but I'm saying
you are known as you're Corey Ryan Forrester.
But none of my friends call me that shit. You know what I mean?
But you're a public figure, and that's your official designation.
You think I'm a public figure? That's so sweet.
I mean, ish, as much of one as I am.
No.
That's 7.
Okay.
So we might be a push here. We'll see. We're gonna get close. I'm gonna be pretty proud if I fucking nailed it on the dot. You love cricket? No, you don't.
No. I used to watch it a lot, but that's only because I worked at an Indian gas station.
You wear a gillet or a
I don't know what a gillet is.
What is that?
Is that a quarter zip?
It's a light sleeveless padded jacket. So it's one of those like puffy like vest things, I think. Yeah, you got one.
We just took our Christmas pictures. I was wearing it. It's just so nice because my arms get hot, but my body, I like it to stay cozy.
Yeah, those definitely. I'm not surprised.
And they're staples.
I'm not surprised you fuck with those. I
love them. It's one of the greatest articles of clothing ever because my arms can just be free and loose, and my chest is all nice and warm.
All right,
it's great for golf too.
You
have to keep your arms. That's why them posh motherfuckers do it, so they can still be playing polo and stay warm.
That's 8. All right. You like rugby more than soccer?
Fuck both of them.
I call that an NA.
Hold on. I feel like rugby's the trash one.
See, I thought that too, but I guess not.
I mean, I know that both of them are trash to super posh people because the whole deal with soccer is like anyone can play. You can just put it. But like to me, rugby, when I think of rugby, I think of Chris Farley. You know what I mean? That type of dude. And soccer can be a myriad of people, but like Messi versus like some Australian with 2 fucking teeth.
I agree completely. I thought the same thing, but I guess that's not the case. Okay, you're at 8, but I was hoping I'd hit the number right on the head, but I didn't. It's going to be over is what it's going to be because here comes you laugh very loudly.
God damn it. How is that posh?
I don't know.
That is true. By Jove.
Yeah, that's
capital, mate.
Yes, right.
That is true. Still, I don't do it like that, but yeah, I do laugh real loud.
Okay, so now you're at 9. All right, you own an aga. I don't know what that is either. Let's find out.
Is that a person?
Oh, man, I don't know. The heart of a country kitchen. It's some kind of stove that I don't think we even have here, but
well, I don't own whatever this
type of heat storage stove known for its cast iron design and radiant heat cooking.
I do have one of those. It don't work, but we have one of those in our house. It's built into the brick and it's cast iron. Yeah, I got one of those.
Okay, so you did have one. So now you're at 10. How about that? You prefer loose leaf to tea bags. You drink tea sometimes.
Yeah, but I prefer tea bag.
You ever even fucked with? How do you even make? What do you fucking do with loose leaf tea?
I guess the same you do with
How
coffee.
Do you do that?
Where you boil it and then put it through a sieve.
A sieve, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, last one. You're at 10, so you hit the over. And this one is not applied to you. You live in wellies. Do you know what wellies are? I didn't either. I didn't until I already
wellies. Oh, wellies. Yeah, I do. They're those duck boots.
How the fuck do you know that?
Because I've watched British television, and they be out in the mud and the muck all the time, so they got to put their wellies on. Right, and also, my mama love wellies.
Mm-hmm. But you don't fuck with wellies, though, do you?
I ain't going outside if it be like that. Let me tell you that right now. I have a pair. The closest I have is I do have a pair of waterproof hiking boots where like the tongue is not separate from the thing. And I have that if it's a little moist outside from the day before and I still want to go on a walk. But if it is welly weather, fuck that. There's nothing I have to do so important or in the mud that no, hell no. I mean, I'm sure we'll get banged some wellies.
Okay. You finished with 10 out of 40, which I'd say makes you 1/4 posh.
Add that to Indian, and I'm like a half a boy.
Mm-hmm. You're 25% posh. How about that? Not bad. I think I ended with like 3. I stopped counting for myself, but it was 3.
You were such a piece of shit.
Yeah, but all right. Well, that's okay.
First off, that stove that I have, it came with the house and it don't work. I mean, although I'm still at 9 either way, but like I still think your 8 was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, it was close.
Because at least close. 2 of mine, we kind of went like, yeah, we have to count that, but it was on the fence. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think you did a pretty good job.
Well, I appreciate that. What do you got? You got any fun clips or anything?
I do. Let's take a break, and I got to share some news with you.
Sup, bro? Sups, bro. That's what's up. Sups is what's up. Supplements. That's what I'm talking about. I've been doing the sups for 20 years now, right? And you can't tell it really to look at me, but that's not the sup's fault. That's because I also supplement with cheese, gravy. Ice cream, gravy, things of that nature, which a man ought not do. But the supplements, they do hit. I'm a big protein guy, creatine guy. Some of them, you see a lot of these supplements, you're like, I don't know what even is that. What's that supposed to do? But the ones that stand the test of time, I think you can be pretty confident that they've done that for a reason. And I don't think there's a better example than what I think are the big two, protein and creatine. I use both. They definitely work. And a lot of people think creatine is just like if you're wanting to build muscle. That's not actually entirely true. It's kind of can become a daily essential for your strength, focus, recovery, aging, even cognitive performance.
That's your brain, right?
That is your brain, cognitive. That's what that means. And this week's sponsor, Momentous, has got you covered every which way in the supplement game, including their new creatine chews that they have, bite-sized lemon lime chews that make consistency effortless. You just chew and you go. Every one of the chews delivers exactly 1 gram of Pure creatine monohydrate, which is the gold standard, single source from Germany, and NSF certified for sport, which means it's independently tested for purity, safety, and label accuracy. This stuff is trusted by Olympic athletes, professional sports teams, and elite military operators. There's no artificial sweeteners, no fillers, just science-backed, clinically proven performance in a portable, craveable format. So whether you're training, working, traveling, or whatever, this is performance without pause, which is made to support your body and your brain every single day. Just so you know, ladies, we know we got a lot of women listeners out there and across the universe, lady airheads. If you think creatine isn't for you, that's not true. Some people argue creatine is even more essential for the ladies because you women naturally store about 70 to 80% less creatine than men do, which means consistent supplementation will have an even larger impact on your energy, recovery, and focus. Momentous, just so you know, does a lot more than just creatine. I got a bunch of stuff from them. I've been hitting on all cylinders with it. They also have protein powder. Protein powder, they got a wide array of flavors and they taste great. And one of the things I judge a protein powder by is if it makes my gas clear out a room or not. Yeah. I'd prefer that not happen. And with Momentous, it does not clean, pure as the driven snow. All right. So check them out. They got everything you want over there and more. Right now, Momentous is offering our listeners up to 35% off your first order when you use the promo code POA. Go to livemomentous.com and use the promo code POA for up to 35% off your first order. That's live, MOMENTOUS, livemomentous.com, and use the promo code POA. Don't get fat, get jacked with Momentous.
Guys, you know how sometimes you have too many groceries in your hand and you get up and you can't open the door, but you'd like to without having to put groceries down? What if I told you could open that door with your dick? You sure can if you take BlueChew, because it's not just a tablet, it's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting, like someone gave your downstairs a pep talk, like that feller from Full Metal Jacket, just screaming at your wiener and your wiener doing whatever you want on a whim. Blow on it. Here it comes, standing at attention. They are the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. Also, they come in a discreet package. It's a white envelope. Don't say nothing on it. You're the only person that needs to know. You and your old lady, you and your old man, whatever it is, however you get down, we don't care as long as you get bricked up like the Britannia down there. You know, the thing is, it's beautiful because sometimes you don't know when things are going to happen. So you can just pop it real quick and it works really, really fast. It also isn't just for people that have wiener problems. Even if you don't have wiener problems and you just want your wiener to just be better, you know, Barry Bonds couldn't have hit all them home runs without it. You know what I'm saying? This isn't just about performance. It's about legacy. Give a group chat something to talk about. You know, you discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, get your first month of BlueChew free. Just use the promo code POA at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join BlueChew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. And a big thanks to BlueChew for sponsoring the podcast. And Trae,
get you a new dick.
Why wouldn't you?
All right, we're back. News. Is it good news or bad news?
It's funny as shit.
Okay,
it's
good.
To me, it's, and I think it's also Thanksgiving related. Have you heard about the Campbell soup drama that's going on?
No, but I can't wait. Please.
I'm counting this for the show because it's about their vice president, and well, he's demeaning people. So there's a lawsuit that this employee from Campbell's is filing, and they, I guess, left a recorder in a meeting or something and caught this Campbell's guy on tape saying some shit because he'd been really mean to some of the Indians that worked there. And this guy's like, we're going to catch him. So in the lawsuit, he alleges, even though this is on tape, but I guess now the VP can be like, it's AI. The Campbell soup guy, and I listened to the tape, it's him going, God damn. He's like, who the fuck? He goes, who the fuck even buys our shit anymore? It's for poor people. It's just highly processed dog shit for idiots and poor people. We have shit for fucking poor people. And he says, I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's not healthy. And now that I know what the fuck's in it, part of the recording said, and he said, it's bioengineered meat. I'm not fucking eating anything that came out of a fucking 3D printer. The recording lasted longer than an hour and 15 and included what Garza said was a disgusting rant about his coworkers where he said, fucking Indians don't know a fucking thing. Like they couldn't think for their fucking selves. The CEO of Campbell, or the vice president of Campbell's. But you know what's really funny?
Go ahead. Well, I was just going to say, in what context was he doing
He just was talking to his people like, who the fuck
just having a bad day or
drunk or something? I don't know.
That's what I'm like. Was he in the office sober and somebody pissed him off and he was just like, everything about this place fucking sucks? I wonder if he's like a career executive. He came from some other company or something.
Probably. He definitely don't care about Campbell's.
Campbell has never hit for him. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know.
But funnily enough, this is just how I know I'm a piece of shit. I heard this and my first thought was, oh shit, I got to go pick up some cream of chicken because it's Thanksgiving. Like it didn't deter me at all. Two things should be a problem for me. How he spoke about his workers should be a problem for me, but also him admitting Campbell's is trash. But I'm like, yeah, dog, I know that shit. That's why I'm putting it in the trash food. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Give a fuck less.
It's like how it always, every now and then it'll come out like, fucking Taco Bell, that ain't even, you can't even hardly classify that as real meat, or the fucking chicken McNuggets, they're made out of pink slime or whatever. And it's like, did y'all really think we dumb enough to like
Not
not
know.
realize that is fucking Franken food bullshit? We
Yeah.
don't care
At all.
we are garbage. We're garbage
Yeah.
disposals. We don't give a fuck. So shut up and let us eat it. It's like sometimes you just like to run. It's like you think I'm under delusions that this is like fucking
Dude,
high end, high quality fucking food here. It's like I know what this is. Fucking and yeah, Campbell's soup is like the pinnacle of that. I had Katie pick up Campbell's cream and mushroom soup yesterday for Thanksgiving purposes too.
I hate all manner of pretentious people, but probably the pretentious people I hate the most are the ones you're talking about who, like, I see this a lot over on like Threads or Twitter, something like there will be something like that will come out where it's like they found a mouse foot at KFC or some shit like that. And inevitably there's so many comments and they'll say, and it's the wording that pisses me off. And it'll be like, wait, people still eat fast food? Question mark, LOL. And it's like, yes, you idiot. Yes, they do. Do people, these billion-dollar corporations, are they still making money somehow? How do people still eat fast food? Because it's fucking there, and you get off work at 5:30, and then you got to be at a parent-teacher conference at 6:15, and they're open, and you can't eat a salad when you're fucking driving, you dumb cunt. So, like, you get a fucking McRib, and you go on about your life. Like, I hear you. We know it's not healthy, but the lack of thought and the amount of privilege your piece of shit ass has of going, really? People are still eating fast food? Shut the fuck up. Probably has Botox in her goddamn face complaining about, and by the way, it could be a man, sure, and he sucks too. I'm sorry. I went to a little sexist place. That's my fault. But I fucking hate those people, man. I can't stand them.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. There's places sometimes that I'm always like, but even then, like the one I was going to say is Applebee's. Like I
don't get that. Yeah.
My whole life, I've always been like, how is,
because other restaurants like that exist, right, that are the same price.
But dude, and I may have talked about this guy on here before. An old boss I had at the DOE, unironically, like fully, completely, sincerely, his favorite restaurant in the world was Applebee's. Mm-hmm. His favorite television show of all time was The Big Bang Theory. Right? Like he's like, those people, like they not only exist, like they are legion. Like the vast majority of Americans, I think, are that guy.
Okay, here's I'll defend people. I'll defend the Big Bang Theory people because it's not. I don't think that's a one-in-one thing. Because like the Big Bang Theory, while it's not my type of comedy, it is at least a specific niche of the show. It's about nerds and it's about science. Like there isn't another one of those, you know. But with Applebee's, there is no Charlie's, there is a Logan's, there is a. That's my thing. Is like,
you really think there's not any more Big Bang Theories? I would argue there's been a million of them. You say because Apple fucking multi-camera, broad network, inoffensive network sitcoms.
Yeah, but I'm saying
that's how you classify it. Apple.
Yeah, but I'm saying you're like there's a million of these premise,
fast casual places, but each one has a different like theme or whatever. The fucking sitcoms are the exact same way.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
They're all just whatever. The premise of that one is different, but it's just one in a long, long line of a thing that's existed over and over again, and that hits for people.
I guess I'm just like conditioned to not judge people on what comedy they consume because some of them are stupid enough to enjoy mine. So I'm just like, whatever floats your boat. You know what I mean? And dude, that Big Bang Theory used to come on. It'd just be on at the house. And I would never sit down and watch it, but I'd walk by it and I'd understand why it's like, yeah, it's a time suck, whatever. It's just, you know. But like, those types of shows are just not. Friends is like one of the goats of that type of show, and it's fine. I like it fine. Like Cheers, I love, but there's a nostalgia aspect to that or whatever. But like, that's not my cup of tea. But I'm not going to say if that is your cup of tea, you're wrong. But you are wrong if Applebee's is your favorite restaurant. You're so wrong. You're just wrong.
Yeah. See, I just wonder if you were, instead of being a comedian, you were like a chef, but you were the same type of chef. Like I just think that you're biased about well, you admitted it yourself. Like you're in the comedy world, so you blanch a little bit at comparing those two things. But you're like, but fuck Applebee's though. And I'm saying,
Well, I just feel like,
I
but the
don't know.
Big Bang people.
I think they're fair. I think it's fair to
Okay,
classify them at least as somewhat equivalent in my opinion.
that's fine, and I'll admit it. That's fine. I've always been that way. Like I never understood. Although when I was younger, before Burger King fell just so far, they fell
Mm-hmm.
so far off.
Mm-hmm.
It used to not make sense to me that people would go to McDonald's when Burger King existed, because Burger King's burgers were way better, like way better, and everything about them was better. And yet you look at it and you're like, yeah, but McD, it's all about the fucking advertising and shit. And dude, Applebee's crushes their advertising. They know their demographic. They're the ones that do the Big Brutus beers, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think they are. And so, I mean, there you go. You're right. They all kind of have a thing, like Logan's is a Roadhouse, so it's steak or whatever. Applebee's is like, they've got the wraparound bar. And I knew people who went there just to drink because we didn't have any other bars anywhere. But if you go to Fort Oglethorpe, there's Applebee's. So like, yeah, okay. I get it. Fuck.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. What were we on about?
It was Campbell's.
Oh, yeah. I got something for you. We've I think there was at one point you shared a video that was like, it was the people from a foreign country, but they were trying to show what English sounds like to people that don't speak English. You know what I mean?
Like I've definitely seen those videos before. I don't remember if I showed them
Okay.
on here or not, but yeah.
I know that we've seen them, but I got one that's kind of even wilder. This is back in the 70s, an Italian singer put out a song that is just complete gibberish, but he just thought it sounded American. Have you seen this?
Yes.
Well, I want everybody else to. This is great.
Yeah, no, it's great. No,
Look at this guy go. He kind of looks like Warren Zevon a little bit. And I mean, I can't say that. I mean, yeah, I detect notes of English. To me, it just sounds like talking to DJ, but he is an English speaker. You know?
Yeah, I remember once reading a Chinese immigrant who learned English, talking about when they first got to America and just got dumped into the middle of an American middle school or whatever, that all the kids like speaking English. They said that English literally sounded like gargling water to them, like just like utterly incomprehensible, right? And I brought this up on Well Read once, and I remember, like I know that's just one of the most like stereotypically like high thoughts, like I'm high and have a thought that I've ever had, which obviously I don't even get high anymore. But one time I was super, super high, and something brought that kind of thing up, and I like not became convinced, but I like got this theory in my head that like human brains interpret language, right, into stuff that makes sense to you, right? So you take these signals and like turn it into meaning, right?
Right.
And so the high thought was like, what if every language is essentially kind of transformed in a person's brain when they speak it into kind of, or the opposite, really, like what you and I like hear as English, right? Because we speak English.
I've thought about that too, kind of.
If we were born in Mexico and fluent in Spanish from birth, like, do you know what I mean? Like, would we kind of experience Spanish the way me and you experience English? And then no one can ever really, like, how do people that are like bilingual from a very early age, like when you get to a point where you don't translate things in your head anymore.
You hear it and it means that thing.
You hear it and it means that thing. You don't go through, because right now I'm trying to learn Spanish again. I hear a Spanish word and I have to go like, that means I have to translate it into English. But people that are like truly, genuinely fluent, they don't do that. Like you said, they just hear it and it just means that to them. They don't think about it.
Right. It's like you can just play.
Right. So it's like meaning itself, some kind, or understanding, the ability to understand, is that kind of actually universal when it comes to language. And it just depends on which one you know or
Man,
not, which I
that's interesting.
know doesn't make any, it probably makes absolutely no sense. But I was
No,
super high one
no.
night and thought that, and I was like, I was just sitting there like, whoa, dude, like,
No,
like that's like that type of thing.
It makes perfect sense, and it's like I would say it's like that with anything, but it's like in golf. Like right now, my golf game is pretty good, but I'm still like when I'm over the ball, I still have like a couple of swing thoughts that I have to do in order to get me set, and it's like keep your head down, don't tilt, whatever. And then if I do all those things, it's great, but I'm still thinking it. Like I'm still thinking it when Tiger Woods plays, he's unconscious. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
his body just be doing it.
Right.
He ain't thinking shit. Matter of
Mhm.
fact, the reason he's great is because he has the absence of thought going on.
Right.
And like that's the difference. And that's probably the difference between being being fluent in a language or versus that's what you grew up and that's what you know.
Right.
And that's what, because like going back with Latin, like not all of it, but like I can see some Latin or hear some Latin, and if you give me a second, I can go, I think the root of that is this and the whatever, but like by the time I figure it out, you've already moved on to saying 1,000 other things. You know what I mean? Versus,
Right.
you hear it and it runs through your fucking head, and there it is. Like that's wild to think about. And there's these motherfuckers. Some people speak 8 languages.
Yeah.
What do you
I know,
mean?
it's crazy.
What do you mean, sir?
Mhm.
That you speak 8 languages? How? What have you forgotten that allows you to have that much information in your head?
I think that's just another way that like a certain person's brain can be wired differently. Meaning, like, some people can just pick up any instrument and kind of figure it out on their own because they're just musically inclined. I think I feel like I know that there are people that are kind of like that with language, like their brain is just
I know
wired.
people that do that with sports.
Yeah, sure. With sports, it's like it feels like it makes more sense to a lot of people because that's just like physical athleticism, being coordinated or naturally strong and that type of shit or whatever. But the way you can be born just naturally good at whatever, or like funny, like, you know what I mean? Like you're like, not everybody's funny. You're either you either are funny or you're not, and then you can
work on it.
You can work on that. You could do whatever you want with that. But if you don't have it, then whatever, some people are born with, I think, just like an affinity for language, basically, and they can pick shit up.
Math too, man.
Math is definitely one that, some people, they just got it like that with math. They just see things in numbers and just understand it, whatever.
Dude,
fucking humans and brains and shit is just wild.
Absolutely bananas, man. Like it's absolutely fucking bananas. Like I saw this, I know none of this shit is true, but there was this guy who he was like some guru at like MIT or something. It's like, and this is some Joe Rogan shit. And where he ended up getting kicked out of being a professor for being like too radical or whatever. And he was talking about quantum mechanics and such like that, and how like he studied all that and it's all real, but we can't process it. And he was on some like The Secret shit. So I'm like about to tune out, and I still think it's bullshit, but it was interesting to hear about how he's like, you don't understand though, like thoughts really can alter reality because reality isn't, it's talking about time being spatial and all this stuff. And again, he's full of shit, but it's
where did you see this?
I don't remember. I mean, I'm certain Reddit. I'm certain it was Reddit. You know what I mean?
It was just like a clip.
Yeah, it was a clip, and then I read, somebody posted an article link to it or whatever, and I've skimmed through it. And he was talking about, he's like, we perceive time as linear, but it's not really. And he's talking about how your thoughts can actually change the past and shit like that. And I'm like, no, fucking whatever. But then I was high and I started thinking about the Mandela effect a lot. And those two things put together kind of fucked me up. And I was like, oh, okay, but I know it's not true. Anyways, go ahead.
There's a documentary that's at least 20 years old because I saw it when I was like 19. I was like college age and I was high as fuck and I was channel surfing and happened upon this random documentary. And again,
there's so many bugs in what I just drank. There's so many bugs.
A free protein, baby. Everybody, please keep in mind, again, I was very stoned and also 20 years old. Found this documentary it's called What the Bleep Do We Know? That's what it's called, right? And it's all about what you were just saying. When I asked, I was like, where'd you see that? I was like, I wonder if he saw a clip from that old
It might
documentary.
have been.
Because it's about how quantum mechanics, yada, 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 fucking woo, 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 woo. What that means is thoughts can impact reality, like essentially, right? Like you said, on some almost like The Secret type shit, except like physical reality. Like they were making the arguments like, they've done studies where they get 12 Buddhist monks to concentrate their energy on a plant, right? And then another plant that they don't do that to, and this plant withers and dies, and the Buddhist monk plant flourishes or whatever, and they don't do anything different, like that type of shit or whatever.
Right.
Watched it while super high, and then
Sounds like prayer.
No, I know, right? I don't remember if they literally said prayer, but essentially, yeah, the prayer would be a version of what they're saying, which we know. No,
that ain't it.
That ain't it.
But I like the version of we are God, and so it works.
So, but I watched that while super high, and the next night I was hanging out with my boys in our apartment there in college. Thompson, Chris Key, Porno, all them. And there's this guy Jimmy, he's smart as fuck, super smart dude, and me and him always used to talk about like fucking smart shit, like black holes and shit like that or whatever. And I was over there the next night, and we were high again. And I was like, dude, I saw this crazy documentary last night, man. Fucking blew my mind. And I explained the whole thing to him, and Jimmy just sat there like listening intently the whole time. And I probably rambled. I know it's uncharacteristic of me to ramble, but I probably rambled for 10 minutes explaining this. And then when I finally got to the end of it, I was like, man, so yeah, isn't that fucking crazy? And he just like stared at me for a second, and then he goes, Trae, I think that might literally be the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
He's not wrong.
He was like, are you fucking serious right now? He was like, what? He's like, there's no fucking way. And it was one of those things like where as soon as he said that,
you were like,
it was like the spell lifted or whatever. Like as soon as he said that, I was like, oh fuck, he's right. That is,
but I mean,
that is getting it started. What the fuck is wrong with
me? It's like me and you've always talked about like, and we know this in the entertainment world and comedy, especially, it's like the line between great and horrible or stupid in a good move is often really thin. And there's so much shit that I've learned that we all know is true that would have been hard for me to grasp at one time, that I'll hear certain things and I'm like, I mean, it's as good a theory as any. Fuck, we don't know. You know what I mean? We can't even figure out hiccups. I'll listen to a shaman. You know what I mean? I'll hear him out. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not going to dedicate my life to it and go live in a fucking field, but like, I'll hear him out. Cause like whatever our core principles are that we've based our life on in this country, it's not going so great. But so maybe we do need to start thinking about quantum mechanics and shit like that. But the Mandela effect fucked me up and thinking about like, was that what that is? But then like, you've heard the theory, the Mandela effect conspiracy, haven't you?
I mean, I know what the Mandela effect is for sure, but
so the conspiracy
mean like the explanation for it.
Yeah, the conspiracy.
I probably have heard it. Go ahead.
The conspiracy is that this is a CIA level psyop on all of us to see how much they can change about history and us buy it. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah,
that's not bad. To where like we go, no, Mandela died in prison, all this stuff where they can come back and go, actually, no, Hitler never said that. You know what I mean? Like it's, I'm not saying that's correct, but like as far as conspiracy theories go and how wild we know the Mandela effect is and how I do not have an explanation as to how there somehow was never a cornucopia in the fruit of the loom when I know for a fact that's how I even learned what a cornucopia is. It makes as much sense as any that they were like, all right, get rid of it off your website, do all this shit. And it never happened.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, the Mandela shit is it's weird for sure. Some of them are truly fucking wild, but I don't know, man. But just so everybody knows, that documentary, I have since like looked it up, and it's definitely like very broadly like consensus. It is pseudoscience at best.
Sure.
Anybody who actually know how things work is like, yeah, that was a real piece of shit. But anyway. You said we had a bunch of airmail. I say we do a couple of them and get out of here. I've been sitting here in this chair for hours and hours. Days, it feels like.
Subject line, fuck Trae. By the way, this is puttingonairs@gmail.com. You can send us mail. Fuck Trae. So this MBA bumpkin thinks you can't sell insoles. How about a new segment where you do all the things he says you can't do? Sell foot pads, go to college, and all the things he think the cho can't ooze to do. Also do an episode about the Cray brothers. Watch the movie Legend. It hits. Y'all hit. Live with listening to everything you do while I'm out trucking Pepsi around Amish country in Northwest Indiana. They ain't fancy, but they are fucking rich. Cody Backus. And yeah, my last name hits. Oh, I know Cody from Instagram. Legend is the Tom Hardy, right? Where he plays the two brothers.
Oh, well, maybe. Legend is also the name of a Tom Cruise movie I think it's one of Tom Cruise's like very first movies, and it's like a sword and sorcery type. I definitely watched it when I was a kid, but he might mean the Tom Hardy one now that you mention it. But that old one, it does hit. Did I tell you that you couldn't sell insoles?
You didn't. You just told me that guy wasn't really trying to hire me.
No, not exactly. I said you
said I wouldn't hit it anything.
Like no, I said that whole thing.
You said I should thank God every night for you and what you've done for my life, because if not, I'd be in a ditch like fucking Smokey Lonesome from Fried Green Tomatoes, is what you said, I think. Soot on my face, hands out, sucking on a jawbreaker that I found in a goddamn ditch. That was, and I'm paraphrasing, but
Legend from 1985 was directed by Ridley Scott, stars a young Tom Cruise, and features Tim Curry as the devil.
Well, that's got to be fire.
It is. It's fun. I mean, I watched it when I was a kid. Again, it's like a fucking, it's like a sword and sorcery demons type movie with that pedigree. I don't know if that's what our boy Bacchus meant or not, but you should check it out if you ain't seen it.
Subject line, ShamWow guy. Real quick, I thought you might want a small update on where the ShamWow guy is now. Turns out he's running for Congress in Texas. To quote, this is real, to quote, "The woke churches are after our kids' nuts. Not no more. We're not chopping nuts. You're going to love your nuts with the ShamWow guy." That's his campaign slogan.
Okay. Well, he knows what he's about, at least, I guess. The woke churches is an odd choice.
It's an odd choice, yeah. Subject line, 6 to 8 black men.
You want to read that one ahead?
Let me do my little let me do my little Johnny Carson thing. 6 to 8 black men. Okay. What Katie would do if Trae left him. All right. How about that, everybody? 6 to 8 black men. You guys missed the wildest part about Black Peter. His elves are 6 to 8 black men, a.k.a. slaves. So between that and the weird blackface stuff, you can see why it's a tad controversial in this day and age. For the best description / explanation, I've included an essay by David Sedaris. Okay, I'll definitely have to fucking read that. If you want any more stories about startling and random racism I've spotted in Europe, let me know. Love you both. Big fan for many years. Yes, we would like that. We would love it if you sent us racist things from England. Okay, one more here. Okay, this is from our friend Allison Spicer, who is the one that keeps me lousy with old movies. Polish in Mexico. Trae's story about acting Polish while in Mexico reminded me of a similar story from when I was on mission trips in Mexico as a teen. Several of us were riding in the back of our youth director's Dodge pickup when a Mexican cop pulled us over. Our youth director, being from Korea, acted as if he could only speak Korean and got away without a ticket. Not bad.
Good call. Yeah.
Not bad. Where you going to be this week, buddy?
Oh, nowhere this week, but next week I'll be in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Please come see me. And then at the end of the year, me, Cho, and Drew will be together again. Well-read home for the holidays, like every year. The weekend before Christmas at Zany's in Nashville. Please come. It's always a lot of fun. I have a ton of dates in 2026 already up. First of which I think is Sacramento in January, but there's a lot. So go to TraeCrowder.com and check them all out.
Yep. In December, I'll be at Zany's with Trae. And also at the beginning of December, on the 12th, I'll be in D.C. And on the 27th, I'll be in Asheville. I'll send you all those links whenever I get them. But just if you're there, just mental note. And go to CoreyWritesForYou.com. That's my Substack. Just found out today I moved up even further, and I'm now in the top 30 on their humor list, which is really cool. And I appreciate y'all for subscribing. CoreyWritesForYou.com. All right. Stay fancy, motherfuckers.
Skew.
Skew.
Here's Lydia Lovelace.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Royalty and rednecks are alike. They both like cutting and picking fights. Biscuits and baked beans where they don't belong. Sit on down with Corey and Trae and learn some fancy shit today. We'll laugh a little even when they're wrong. They'll take you to a magical place where if you call someone a cunt, nobody cares. They keep it debonair at putting on airs, putting on airs, putting on